The movie begins on June 4, 1987. We see a boy here. There was a devil spirit inside him. The father, whose name was Gabriel, was treating that boy. He comes and asks the devil spirit inside the boy, "Who are you?" To which he replies, "I am a demon." Father Gabriel asks him his name, but the demon does not tell his name. Father tells him to leave the boy and pig, whom he had brought there. He says, "If you are really a demon, then go inside him and show me." The demon does the same, after getting out of that boy, and goes inside the pig. As soon as this happens, Father Gabriel shoots the pig, and the demon also runs away. And the boy also recovers, who had a demon inside him. Here it was clear that Father Gabriel was a very skilled priest. After this, there is a meeting in the church council in which Father Gabriel was called. There everyone asks Father Gabriel, "Why did you exorcise that boy on June 4th? Why did you remove the demon from him? Although you did not even take anyone's permission." They were all talking about the same exorcism, which we had just seen at the beginning of the story. Father tells everyone, it was not an exorcism. In fact, that boy had a mental illness. He was thinking that he had the effect of a demon. But there was nothing like that. Here in the meeting, a father says, "It is not necessary that every person has a demon. Whatever cases come to us, they are mostly about mental illness. There are only a few cases in which we have to face demons." Father Gabriel gets angry after hearing his words. He says, "What do you want? Do you want me to move away from my position?" He says, "By talking like this, you want to end the position of all fathers." Another father mentions a girl who died in the case of Father Gabriel. Gabriel becomes even angrier about this. He leaves this meeting and goes. After this, in the next scene, we see a girl Julia who was coming to Spain from America with her younger son and daughter. Actually, a year ago, Julia's husband died in a car accident in which her younger son was also with his dad. Julia's son Henry survived the accident, but her husband died. Since then, Henry had stopped speaking. He did not speak. Now, because they had no means of earning, so Julia came to repair her husband's family home and came to sell it so that they can get money by selling it. So for a few days, they had to stay here. But Julia's daughter did not feel good here because she did not want to stay here. When Julia came to her house, she met Father Escobel, who used to take care of this house. He tells her, "If you need anything, you can call me." When Julia's daughter was looking around, she sees a symbol on the wall which was of a big church. At that time, there was a crack in the wall because of which Julia's daughter got scared and left from there. Now, the same sign is there. The workers working in their house, one of them sees it when they look carefully and try to see inside the wall by lighting a fire. There is a loud explosion because there was sulfur gas there, which caused this accident. And because of this accident, the rest of the workers also refused to work. When all this was going on, Julia's son Henry started exhibiting strange behavior. Something had happened to him. He had also started speaking. When Julia went to see him, she heard a demon's voice speaking inside Henry. He even made a cut on his face. The worker who had come to work accidentally unleashed a dangerous demon by lighting a fire, and now that demon had control over poor Henry. Concerned, Julia took Henry to the hospital, where the doctor explained that he was traumatized by his father's death and needed to see a mental health specialist. The doctor also gave Julia an injection, instructing her to administer it if Henry became uncontrollable and needed to be sedated. Julia didn't fully trust the doctor and decided to seek help from Father Escobel. When Father Escobel went inside to see Henry, the demon inside him threw Father Escobel out. In the next scene, we see Father Gabriel deep in thought. His own head speaks to him, urging him to go to Spain. It tells him about Henry, a family in need of his help, and the trouble the church has faced due to that place. Father Gabriel is tasked with saving the child who harbors a dangerous demon. Father Gabriel arrives at Julia's house, surprised by the havoc the demon inside Henry has caused to the church. Father Gabriel expresses his desire to see Henry. When he approaches him, the demon inside Henry starts laughing and taunting him. Father Gabriel reveals a mark, showing the demonic presence in Henry's eyes. When Father Gabriel asks for the demon's name, it refuses to reveal it. Knowing a demon's name makes exorcism and magic easier to perform, as it grants control over them. The demon within Henry insults Gabriel, calling him a coward. Despite Gabriel's past as a soldier, where he was removed from active duty during a war, he remains undeterred. Henry then pulls a dead bird from his mouth, causing concern for Gabriel. He confides in Escabel and Julia, explaining that Henry is possessed by a dangerous and powerful demon, making the exorcism a challenging task. If they don't act soon, Henry's life could be in danger. Father Gabriel reveals that Henry was deeply affected by his father's death, which the demon has exploited. However, it remains unclear what the demon's intentions are for Henry. The demon also terrorizes Julia's daughter by mimicking the voice of her deceased father during a phone call. The demon's manipulative actions are in full swing. Meanwhile, Escabel and Gabriel prepare for Henry's exorcism. However, when they approach him, the demon reveals their dark pasts. It accuses Gabriel of being responsible for a girl's death and criticizes Escabel for his actions despite being a priest. This revelation causes Escabel to start strangling Henry, but Gabriel intervenes, preventing them from completing the exorcism. Escabel then shares his own story with Gabriel. He reveals that he fell in love with a girl who didn't know he was a priest. Their relationship faced many challenges, but when he realized the situation, he decided to leave her and dedicate his life to priesthood. The demon wants to exploit this weakness of his. Sharing this secret with Father Gabriel brings him some relief. It's now Gabriel's turn to share his story. Gabriel explains that during the war, all his companions perished. This prompted him to become a priest. His first case involved a girl who appeared to be possessed by a demon, but he initially dismissed it as a mental illness. However, she ate a bird before him, which frightened him. Tragically, the girl later jumped off a roof and died. Gabriel still carries the guilt that if he had believed her and performed an exorcism, she might have survived. As a result, he tells Father Escabel to keep a close eye on Henry and sets out to gather evidence against the demon. In the house, Gabriel discovers a well with a church seal. Removing it, he uncovers multiple skeletons. Meanwhile, back at the church, Gabriel's head reads a book that reveals the incredible power of the demon within Henry. It can possess numerous individuals simultaneously. As the head reads, it becomes increasingly ill. Cleverly, the demon calls for Escabel's help, cutting his ear upon arrival. The demon also harms Julia's daughter and begins strangling Julia. Gabriel arrives just in time to save them all. Now he takes Escabel and goes to the same place where he saw the skull. Father Gabriel tells Escabel that when the Jews converted to Christianity, at that time, those who refused were locked up here as punishment. Now they go inside and find the same door with a mark, the same mark that Julia's daughter had seen. When they open that door and go inside, they find a lot of skeletons, one of which is locked in a cage. He has a ring in his hand, and it is a skeleton of a priest. There, they find another door, the key to which they found in the cage near the skeleton. They also find the world's greatest priest. So Gabriel tells Escabel that a very dangerous demon possessed many people. Exorcism was being done here at that time, but that devil demon could not be controlled, and he did this to all of them. When everyone found out about that devil demon, this place was closed. And the demon inside Henry might be the same. So imagine how dangerous he would be. But here, due to the worker's mistake, he was freed again. However, that demon came inside Henry only to go to Father Gabriel and make him do worse things in the name of the church and God. So now he wants to come inside Gabriel. Gabriel reads a book from which he learns that such dangerous demons are found everywhere in the world, and this demon is one of them. So now Gabriel knew his name. When the demon found out that Father Gabriel knew his name, he went crazy. So now he tries to possess Henry's sister. When Julia comes to save her daughter, he throws her away and tries to kill Julia. Then Julia's daughter picks up the injection and puts it on Henry, which the doctor gave, making him unconscious. And thus Julia's life is saved. So now these people tie up Henry and start exorcising him by praying. Now, here the demon shows them his real power. He possesses Julia's daughter, who suddenly climbs on the ceiling of the roof. He also tries to kill Julia. The demon tells Gabrielle, "If you surrender in front of me, then I will spare everyone's life." When Gabrielle sees everyone's life in danger, he agrees to the demon's demand, and the demon leaves everyone. Taking advantage of this, Escabel tells Julia and her children to leave this place and decides to stay here and help Father Gabriel. Now the demon leaves Henry and enters Father Gabriel. Father, knowing that the demon will ask him to do something wrong, tries to kill himself by hanging, but the demon doesn't let him. Gabriel starts vomiting blood. So now he goes to the exorcist's place and tries to burn himself. Escabel also reaches there and starts exorcism by reciting spells. But then the demon brings the girl whom Escabel loved and who is bathed in blood. She starts attacking him. On the other side, in front of Gabrielle, the demon brings the girl who died because of Gabrielle. Escabel places a cross on the girl's head, causing her body to be torn apart. Now he gives the cross to Gabrielle. In this way, the girl is also separated from Gabrielle. After this, Escabel and Gabrielle start exorcism, and they successfully send the demon to hell. Gabrielle's head is also healed. Now they are called and praised. Then another father arrives and informs them that there are still 199 such places where these evil demons are found, and they will have to go and finish them.
Make sure you subscribe and turn on notification to watch more videos like this and show us support for our effort. Take care.